Welcome to the third Regen Rovers recap where I will be reviewing Season 3 of the series. It really was a crazy season, and for those of you that did watch every single episode, it was entertaining. And although we didn't go up, we finished second, 5 points behind leaders Tottenham, and we crashed out in the playoffs to Tadcaster. It was enjoyable. It was so much fun. We scored 111 league goals. We conceded 70 goals. But it was so much fun. And it's so much better than just seeing boring 0-0s and 1-0s. Hopefully we're attracting lots of fans to the club. If we got promoted winning 1-0 every game, I don't think it would be as fun. It obviously wouldn't be as fun, even though we'd have gone up. Football's about entertainment for me. And I thought I brought that this season. We really were the most entertaining team in the league. So in this review, I'm going to take you through all the stats, all the facts, all of that stuff, all the behind the scenes stuff that I don't really show in the regular episodes. And it's also good for people that can't keep abreast of the entire series. So let's start with Player of the Season, Team of the Season. There is a Twitter poll as usual to decide your Player of the Season, the Regen Rovers Twitter Player of the Season. But according to the fans, Agu has managed to win Player of the Season for the second season in a row, despite Luke Mooney finishing top goal scorer and top assists. For me personally, I think Mooney deserves the Player of the Season award, but Agu, 27 goals this season, ends up winning it with 34% of the vote. Mooney, 29%. Sean Walker, 23%. Morgan Fawkes, signing of the season, only scored 9 goals, but because we actually signed him permanently, he counts as a new signing here. And Agu picked up Young Player of the Season. We'll have a look at Jason Glenn's goal of the season in a second, but the team of the season is Okoro, Courtney, Smith, Boyle, Halliday, Walker, Glenn, Wilkinson, Mooney, Agu and McCann. This is the best 11. And the subs, as you can see, Ray Rigg, Colburn, Perry Miles, Corey Hines on there, Fawkes, Asayo and Higgins as well. We had quite a consistent team this year. Previous seasons we have changed things up quite a bit, but we were very consistent this season. I think it helped. The overall best 11 then still got that 4-4-2. Okoro and goal, Smith, McEachran, Boyle and Halliday at the back. Matty Ratty still plays for us, just didn't feature at all this season. Sean Walker, Ray Rigg and Parsons, who also still plays for us but didn't feature because we're not playing wingers. That's why you haven't seen them this season. And Mooney and Agu up front. So Mooney's actually finished ahead of Fawkes. Agu is our all-time top goal scorer. I think this is showing all-time top goals, not just league goals. So he's got 51 goals for the club now in 89 appearances. That is brilliant. Fawkes has 47 goals for the club now, our second top goal scorer. Sean Walker is our fourth top goal scorer, 35 goals in 126 appearances. That is really good. In fact, he is on this list. He's made the most appearances out of anyone. So Sean Walker, club legend in my eyes. Well, at least he's not even on favoured personnel, but I think he should be because he has been fantastic and consistently featured in the Player of the Season awards. And Mooney, 31 goals in 44 games. That is really impressive. Let's have a look at the Goal of the Season award then, which was picked up by Jason Glenn. He scored a couple bangers this season, but this is the one. Oh, I remember this. The game's got it right this time. Off the crossbar, boom, beautiful goal. I was thinking of doing a Goal of the Season award, but I think that is the Goal of the Season. I think the game has picked the correct one. Season review. Best moment of the season was apparently our 4-3 win against Tottenham. I think they were top at the time. Oh no, that was in August. I suppose it's saying that because Tottenham actually finished first, of course, which is why it's coming up with that. Moment to forget, 3-2 defeat against Dorchester back in September. Average attendance in the league, 293. We'll have a look to see if that has improved from the previous season. Next season, it's going to be interesting whether we can keep this momentum going. We were so unlucky not to go up. For those of you that didn't watch it, we lost 4-3 in the quarter-final of the playoffs against Tadcaster, a team in our own division. and unfortunately they were just too good. It was a crazy game. 2 red cards, 7 goals. They had so many chances. Okoro only got 6.8, but he pulled off save after save. He really was very good in that game. Because we failed to get promoted, we are sticking with these shirts for next season. A few people have provided me with some designs for when we finally do get promoted, and I will do a kit poll. Anyone that has pledged, I think, to the Regen Rovers season ticket Patreon thing and above will get to vote on that award. But if you do want to submit kits, shirts for when we finally get promoted, which will hopefully be in the 4th season, then you're more than welcome to send them to me. goldenfm1991@gmail.com. I'll try and remember to put the email address in the description below. Obviously, financially, we're not in the best position, and I did allude to the fact that maybe we just need to realise we might have to get rid of Vince Boyle, unless Jack Young and the board give me a bit more money to spend. Of course, it could all change with us finishing 2nd. I kind of doubt it. I mean, the financial status is still okay, even though we're in debt, a lot of debt. But I gambled, didn't I? I just thought we'll spend the money, we'll get loads of players in, expensive defender, expensive strikers, and hope that we get promoted, and it just didn't quite happen. Let's have a look at the player stats then. I did show most of these in the last video, but let's just go through them in a bit more detail. So yeah, we did have a lot more consistency. Look at all the players featuring over 40 times this season. Wilkinson and Okoro got the most appearances between them, 46 appearances. I will update the player spreadsheet, and I'll put a link to that in the description below so you can have a look at all the stats and stuff over the 3 seasons so far. Goals wise, of course, we scored so many goals, 111. In fact, let me just pull up the under 23 and under 18 squad as well, because some players did feature from those squads. So yeah, look, plenty of players scored goals this season. All of those players managed to grab a goal in the first team this season. Josh Mann with his first ever goal for the club. Michael Huxell as well. Rob Halliday, Corey Hines scored his first goal. Rob Mitchell scored his first goal. Some young players featuring there. But of course, Mooney, the standout player, 31 goals, 27 for Agu, adding to his 24 last season, of course. Paul McCann with 19. He had a really good season. 19 goals. You know, that is really good. It just is completely overshone by the fact Mooney and Agu scored so many. Sean Walker, our 3rd top goal scorer ever, with 15 goals this season. Another really good season from him. I need to decide who should feature on the player of the season, or I might have to do like a semi-final thing on Twitter. I'd have already posted it by now, but there were so many standout players this season that I can't just pick one. I mean, for me, I think it probably would have to be Luke Mooney, because he was also top of the assists. He also got the most man of match awards. He also got the highest average rating from the players that actually played more than 10 games. So statistically, he is the best player. Okoro, it's always difficult for goalkeepers to pick up high average ratings, but and it was obviously boosted a little bit by scoring 6 penalties, but he really was exceptional, even though we conceded 70 goals in the league and few goals in the cup competitions. Where if we look at him, 80 goals conceded in all competitions this season. It doesn't look amazing. 9 clean sheets. I don't know what he did last season. Last season, 55 goals conceded, 13 clean sheets. But his average rating was better this year because he pulled off save after save. He is improving, as you can see. Now, I will have already uploaded a Revelations video where I look at the new youth recruits and also a few players where I'll just go through and see how they're improving. But Okoro is just continuing to improve. He is 19 years old now, but he's extremely young for a goalkeeper, of course, to have played that many games, even at this level. It's very impressive. But going back to assists, Agu, second highest number of his assists. Courtney and McCann picked up 10. Boyle picked up 9. Glenn Wilkinson picked up 7. Thomas Smith, our centre-back that takes corners, got 6. Higgins with 6. Walker with 6. Now, Smith's an interesting one because, as you can see, attributes going down. He's a set-piece specialist. He's actually only got 8 on corners. He really does prefer to take free kicks. I know he got a very good average rating, probably boosted by goals and assists this season. I do feel like I can improve upon him. But then again, you know, I'm thinking Vince Boyle, we might need to get rid of him because he's just earning so much money. And he's not amazing defensively. Attribute-wise, yeah, he should be, but because of our style of play, it doesn't really matter who we play at the back, I don't think. If anything, we could do with some pacey centre-backs. Remember Catley from a couple seasons ago? He was pacey. Wasn't the best with his defensive attributes, but that's kind of the play we need. But at the same time, we need someone good in the air for our attacking corners and also defending corners, which we've been weak at. It's a really difficult mix. It's really difficult to know what to do because obviously this style of play, this attacking tactic, has worked wonders going forwards. But at the back, we've been weak. I think we need to improve left back. Halliday hasn't really impressed me, and nor has our new signing, Cole Forrest. I mean, Halliday's been okay this year. 5 assists and a goal. Up from our academy, of course. But I think we can improve upon him. We need at least a little bit of pace in the fullbacks. At least Higgins has got 12 on acceleration. Just to help out with the defence and get back, especially as they're attacking, bombing forwards. They need to get backwards and forwards really quickly. There's decisions to be made over the summer. There really are. Lots of decisions to be made. Average rating, look at all these players. Look at all these brilliant average ratings from us. Magnificent stuff this season. Do we have any valuable players? We won't really, because all of them are either on youth contracts or non-contracts. In fact, the players with value are all the ones that are on those youth contracts. Players that are on non-contracts just aren't worth anything. That's just the way it is. And we can't offer anything other than a non-contract to players that aren't on youth contracts. So we're in a bit of a sticky situation. I mean, the squad is big. This is every single player, of course, from the first team, under 23s and under 18s. Some players you won't have met yet if you haven't watched the Revelations video, where I introduced the third season youth recruits. I'll have a think. I'm the manager. I know what to do. I think I know what to do. I have to make a decision either way as to the team. I don't think I'll change the tactic. I might try and tinker defensively and sort something out. Maybe we need to play a really deep line, but then I feel like we're just going to have such a big gap. Like, maybe we need to get the midfielders more involved. Maybe I need to change the midfielder roles. I mean, they played quite well. Walker scores goals, but it's mainly from corners, to be fair. Glenn scores the odd banger, even though he's only got 5 on long shots. 4 on long shots, in fact. I don't know how he scored 2 really good goals from long range. He's played very well in that role, even though midfielder-wise, he's our 6th best central midfielder. He just seems to play well. So let's not question it too much. If I can improve upon him, then I guess I will. Let's have a look at the records then. So, Morgan Forbes is... What? This is wrong. Most league goals by a player is surely not Morgan Forbes. 22, 41. That's wrong. That is wrong. You've messed up, Football Manager, because it's not Morgan Forbes with the most league goals by a player. It's now Agu. And he's also got the most goals. Most overall goals by a player in one season is Luke Mooney. That's correct. Most league appearances by a player is Forbes. 158 appearances for the club. That is very... Is that right? Is that right? It's 117. What is wrong here? What's happened? It's broken. I've broken the game. Agu has the highest average rate. That's wrong as well. This is all wrong. It's all broken. Because Luke Mooney's just got a 7 point whatever. Luke Mooney's got the fastest goal. That seems to have updated. Some things are just wrong or haven't updated. How weird. Hopefully all the other things are okay. Let's go through. League positions, obviously the highest this season was 1st. Lowest this season was 8th. That's really impressive. Now attendance-wise, we didn't break our attendance record this year because unfortunately we didn't really come up against a really strong team in the 3rd qualifying round of the FA Cup. So the Hemel Hempstead record still stands. Same with highest gate receipts. Lowest attendance was against Team Solent in the Hampshire Senior Cup this year. But the average attendance has actually gone down. But I think it's because of the FA Cup. Can we look at league-wise? It might have gone up. But the overall average attendance, yeah, it's gone down. But I think it probably is because of the FA Cup attendance records. Because we should have more fans coming to watch us. Look at all the goals we're scoring. Realistically, we'd be pulling in so many fans, wouldn't we? Biggest win this season, 6-2. Doesn't actually beat last year's record against Kings Langley, but we scored so many goals this season. Like so many games where we scored 5 goals, of course. High scoring match. Yeah, 6-4 defeat against Gloucester. Crazy stuff. Most matches won in a row, 6. So we've improved upon that record. And most games without losing's increased to 11, which is pleasing. Most overall goals, of course, Luke Mooney. It's going to be tough to beat that, isn't it? Really tough. Most league goals from Mooney. Mooney scored the most goals in one match. Wow, what a player he is. We'll have a quick look at some of the player stats then. Distance covered, Halliday's up there in third. So he's running a lot. Courtney and Halliday with the most distance covered, third and fourth most distance covered per 90 minutes this season. Average rating wise, Agu's up there. So I suppose, maybe Agu in the league, his average rating was actually better than Mooney. So perhaps that's why he's picked up player of the season, because Mooney's was boosted by some good cup performances, possibly. But he was our top goal scorer in the league as well. Vince Boyle, look at all the headers he won. So he's been really good at the back for us, but he's just so much money. I feel like I should try and offer him a contract and just bring it down. Like, if I could bring it down by 100 quid, I'd be a bit more comfortable. But 425 quid every time he plays, it's just rinsing us. Goals wise, also Mooney and Agu both scored 25 league goals this season. So you could argue that is why Agu has picked up player of the season. Well, firstly, he's already on the favoured personnel along with Morgan Falk, so that fans are already likely to be more likely to vote for him. But secondly, his league record is actually either the same with goals wise. He's got a better average rating, average minutes per goals. Walker, that's strange. Oh, this is shots. That's how many shots. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Average minutes per goals. Mooney's slightly ahead of Agu, only just slightly though. Shots on target. Mooney's up there in 16th. Shots on target percentage. McCann's actually the highest with Boyle. Centre backs and Agu. Agu's got the best shots on target record. Now remember, Mooney has a lot of shots. His finishing's a bit low. I think it's like 10 or 11. Whereas Agu, his is 13. McCann's 14. Fawkes is 14. They're more likely to hit the target with their shots. So I suppose Mooney's had more shots to goals record. Conversion rate. Look, Agu is top in the league. So we certainly can't underestimate Agu. He is so good. He really is. But Mooney adds so much to our game because he's fast. He gets round the back of the defence and puts balls across. He's got so many assists that way this season. 19 in all competitions, of course. He has been, and he's only 17. He's one of the younger players in the team. He really is sensational. Team goals. Walker, Wilkinson and Okoro on the pitch for every single league goal this season. That's pretty impressive. Penalties. Okoro, 100% record. He's scored 10 penalties for us now in his career, and he scored it from every single spot kick. That is impressive. Assists wise, Mooney's up there, joint third highest assists in the league this season with 16. Key passes, Courtney's up there, Wilkinson, Walker. I mean, Courtney and Higgins will be fighting it out for that right back spot next season. Chances created, Mooney third. Boyle with all his headers down from corners. Agu's up there as well. Pass completion, Okoro, 81%, second best pass completion in the league, because we're playing it out from the back. He didn't create a single chance, I don't think. Look back, oh, one key pass, 0% chance creation. Cross completed, oh, that's crosses. Oh, of course he's not completed any crosses. Let's have a look at the youth teams then. So looking at the under 23s, we played so many games this season because I arranged friendlies manually, and it's worked because players have improved. This is kind of the under 23s and under 18, so you kind of ignore this in terms of goals scored. Josh Mann Jr. was playing for the under 18s mainly, so 53 goals this season. That's insane. That's really impressive. But Josh Mann, 60 goals for the youth teams this year. 60 goals and 30 assists. He scored one for the first team. I probably need to give him some more chances, but I just don't understand how he's scoring so many goals with 4 on finishing. I think quite often we're playing against weak opposition in friendlies. I do try and go for a mixture of teams, like lower reputation, higher reputation, teams nearby when I'm setting up the friendlies. But still, to score 60 goals and get 30 assists is incredible. Josh Mann Jr., 53. Kieran Baskova, one of the greyed out players. I think this kind of highlights the fact that we're playing some very weak opposition, because even he managed to score 30 goals this season. Ben Thomas, who primarily is a right midfielder but was playing up front quite a lot of the time, managed to score 29 goals. It's Corey Hines, who I did have in the first team for a while. I thought he'd be the next big thing for us up front, but it's not quite worked out for him. But still, 19 goals, not bad. Ross Bradley playing at this level now. Remember him? You know, these players, Ross Bradley, Matty Ratty, Ben Mullen, they're all still here. They're just playing at this level now. Because Matty Ratty's not old. Where is Matty Ratty? He's down here. Got 6 goals. He's only 19 years old. Unfortunately, he's really dropped off. Physically, he's good, but everything else is quite weak, as you can see. I don't think he's going to feature again, especially with the formation we're playing now these days. I just can't see him really breaking back into that first team. I think he was playing right back at times for the under 18s. Vince Boyle, by the way, played 5 games for the under 23s, and what an average rating. Luke Mooney featured. So when players were coming back from injury, or I wanted to increase their match fitness, players did play. Like Mooney scored 6 goals this season for the under 23s when he was playing. Okay, this is interesting. This is more like it. We have been given money. No money to spend, but that doesn't matter. There's no point spending money at this level because I just signed him on a non-contract. If I bought Sean Walker for 1k, another team could come in and nick him for free and I wouldn't get anything. So there's kind of no point spending money at this level, especially on non-contract players. However, £4.4 thousand a week on wages. That is really high. Really high for this level because we're currently spending $2,000. Now, it's not $2,000 every week because a lot of players are just earning money when they play. So over the summer, in theory, we shouldn't be paying too much in wages on players. But wow, that is massive. So my whole point about Vince Boyle, it doesn't matter. We can play him and we can bring in another good centre-back alongside him. I'm not convinced by Thomas Smith at the back. I know his average rating was good, but defensively he's just nowhere. So I think we need a really good centre-back alongside Vince Boyle. And then we might be a bit more solid. We can perhaps not have to worry so much about being hit on the break. And maybe a pacey centre-back as well. But that is huge. That really is huge. It'd be good if I can improve things. Like financially, we're not in a good position. But the board's obviously given us some money for wages. If we can improve a few things, then that'd be great. Facilities. What about youth facilities? Nope. I don't think anything's going to be improved here. Let's go for that. Let's go for something different. Nah, it's not work. So Jack Young's not giving us anything at the moment, but he has given us some money to spend on wages, which is really very, very useful. And that's a game changer. Like financially, hopefully, we won't be in such a bad position. Although we do need to still try and make a profit, don't we? Now I'm going to play a couple big friendlies in the summer to bring in some cash. The reason why I haven't done that before, like I've played one each time. But I think it's a bit unrealistic to play 10 big teams because why would so many big teams play a team from the 7th tier? It just wouldn't happen. But perhaps I need to utilise that function a little bit more. Maybe 3 big teams in the pre-season just to bring some money in to help save the club really financially. We certainly need to improve the finances, that's for sure. So as usual, I'm going to go through and show you all the other divisions. But as you can see, Kings Lynn from our division have been promoted. So they've managed to get out the playoffs, beating Carshalton 2-0 in the final. Hitchin have also gone through, beating Royston in the other final. I'll just quickly show the semi-finals. So the team that beat us, Tadcaster, lost against Royston. So I guess they're going to stay in our division despite the fact they should really be in the north. But let's have a look. Let's start with the Premier League, in fact, and work our way down. So Man United, Premier League champions. We've had 3 different winners. There's been a bit of variety there. Palace, Huddersfield and West Brom relegated. Let's just turn my face off so you can see the bottom of the table. But yeah, Leicester, Cardiff and Blackburn promoted from the Championship. The League 1 was won by Rotherham. Swansea went up as well with Walsall. League 2, we saw Colchester United win the league, Notts County, Rochdale and Cheltenham go up with them. Salford relegated back out of the Football League with Chesterfield. The National League was won by Carlisle with Sutton United getting into the Football League as well. Eastleigh, Gateshead, Dulwich and Kingstonian relegated. So one of our local teams, Eastleigh, have been relegated. National League North was won by Stockport with Telford going up. Hednesford, Stourbridge and Bradford Park Avenue relegated. Now, in theory, these teams shouldn't fall into our division. But we've seen weird things happen, haven't we? National League South was won by Hemel Hempstead with Weymouth getting promoted as well. Weymouth. We played them in the first season. They've been promoted now up to the National League. Torquay United, Concord Rangers and East Thurrock relegated. We might have Torquay go into our division. But then again, we might have these 2 other as well, even though they should really go into the Isthmian League, which was won by Wildstone. I've already shown you this, but Whitehawk, Bowers and Pitsea and Ashford United relegated from that division as well. The regional, the Northern Premier Division, we shouldn't get any of these teams coming into our division, but we might do. Same with the Southern League Premier Central, because teams are switched teams often move because of regionality, but it's kind of broken in this parallel universe. Like Salisbury, for example, could have been, it should really have been in our division, but they've been relegated from this tier anyway, so we won't be facing them. And of course, this is our division. So Gloucester, Wimborne, and Beaconsfield relegated. I'm pretty sure, didn't Gloucester start in the National League South? That's a big shock, them going down to the 8th tier of English football. Let's just go down to the 8th tier, because some of these teams we may see in our division next season. Like, if it was realistic, maybe Didcot. Is Didcot? I feel like Didcot's nearby. I might be wrong. I've completely forgotten. Let's go down and have a look at the other division. Isthmian League Division 1 South, East Grinstead getting promoted. This division was won by VCD Athletic. I have no idea where they're based. I'm sure someone will say in the comments. Stocksbridge promoted from this division with Cleethorpes and Gresley. The Southern League Division 1 East, Corby Town promoted. They might end up in our division. And the West section, Eversham. Oh, Winchester, so close to getting promoted. Oh, it would have been so good facing them. That might be. I'm hoping it's the last chance, because I really hope we get promoted. But it would have been nice to face Winchester. And then is this the 9th tier? I've kind of got lost. I think we'll end it there. FA Cup won by Liverpool this season. We've had Man United and Birmingham win it in the 2 previous seasons. League Cup won by Manchester United this time against Liverpool in the final. Charity Shield won by Liverpool. The League Trophy, Johnson's St Paints Trophy, whatever you want to call it, was won by Southampton under 23s. Controversial. FA Trophy won by Dagenham and Redbridge. We will take part in this competition eventually when we get promoted. We should really be taking part in it now, but this database doesn't include the second qualifying round of the FA Trophy. It starts at the 3rd, so we don't feature in it, unfortunately. I think we should. We could feature, but I don't know if it's on reputation or randomly. But we've not played in it at all. Southern League Cup competition we could have won. It was won by Banbury, beating Corby Town in the final. Hampshire Senior Cup won by Winchester. Our rivals, bitter rivals, have won the Hampshire Senior Cup. That's hard on us. We need to be winning this competition. No excuses not to, really, next season. We've got the ability in our team. But I think we'll end it there. Thank you for watching this recap. Hopefully some of you find this useful. For those of you that can't watch every single episode or don't really want to watch every single episode but just want a flavour of what Regen Rovers is all about. I know it's now going to be the 4th season and we're still in the same division. But remember, Parallel Universe, Series 1 of Regen Rovers. It took us 4 years to get out the National League South. But then you'll probably say, well, now in the 4th season we're still in the division below the National League South. But I want this to be a long old slog. Some of you really want this series to sort of not drag, because that's a bad word to use, but be challenging. And I hope you're still enjoying it. I'm going to try and keep it as fresh as possible, introduce new features. We've still got the fan corner in most episodes. Paul's bigged out every now and then. I show the little maps, everything. I'm trying to keep things fresh, and I'm hoping that you guys can see that I'm really enjoying this series and enjoying this save. Like, I'm having so much fun, and it's helped by the fact we're scoring so many goals. If I was to switch to something really defensive, which some people suggest I should do, I think most people want me to play attacking, but that's what I'm going to do, because I find that the most fun. If I'm drawing 0-0, winning 1-0, losing 1-0, oh no. Can't be dealing with that. I want goals. That's what football's all about in my eyes. Goals. I appreciate very good defending, but there can be games we've had games where it's 5-4 and we've had some very good defending. We've had some very good saves from Okoro. We can still appreciate it, but we just get to appreciate goals as well. So best of both worlds, in my opinion. But hopefully season 4 will be the year. I know I said it last year, but I really hope we can. We need to win the league, because the playoffs are just such a lottery. They really are. And I don't want to deal with that again. I want us to go up and win the league in style. So that's going to be season 4. But until next time, just keep believing. Keep believing in Regen Rovers. If you haven't done so already, remember there's a Discord chat so you can talk about Regen Rovers. There's all the various social media stuff. All of the links in the description below. I'll see you very soon.